There are moments when you sit quietly and feel a strange weight pressing against your chest. Nothing dramatic has happened, no catastrophe, no public failure. Yet something feels off. You scroll through your phone, you compare, you measure, you replay conversations in your head, and slowly, almost invisibly, a familiar thought forms. I'm not enough, not smart enough. Not talented enough. Not confident enough. Not ready enough. It doesn't shout. It whispers. And that whisper becomes the background soundtrack of your life. But here's the uncomfortable possibility most people never consider. What if you were never lacking ability? What if what's missing isn't competence, but courage? We grow up in an environment built on comparison, grades, rankings, followers, salaries, titles, achievements displayed like trophies in glass cases. From early on, we learn that worth is measurable, that value is visible, that confidence must be proven externally. So we measure ourselves. Constantly. We compare our beginning to someone else's. Middle. Our struggle to someone else's highlight. Our quiet effort to someone else's applause. And slowly, we internalize a dangerous belief. If we don't see immediate evidence of greatness, it means we don't possess it. But here's what no one tells you. Self-doubt is often not proof of inadequacy. It's proof of exposure. You are stepping into something unfamiliar, something larger than your current comfort zone. And instead of interpreting that discomfort as growth, you interpret it as deficiency. You don't lack intelligence. You lack self-trust. You don't lack potential. You lack permission from yourself. The tragedy is not that people fail. The tragedy is that most people never start because they're waiting to feel enough. They wait for more knowledge. More confidence. More validation. More certainty. But certainty never arrives before action. And while they wait, life moves. When you believe you're not enough, you begin to shrink. You speak less in meetings. You hesitate before sharing ideas. You downplay achievements. You avoid opportunities that might expose you. You tell yourself you're being realistic, humble, careful, but in truth, you're protecting yourself from rejection. Because if you never fully try, you never fully fail, and this becomes a quiet cycle. You doubt gives you hold back, gives you underperform, gives you confirm the doubt, not because you lack ability, but because you never gave it full expression. Self-doubt becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and over time, you start to mistake caution for character. You say, that's just how I am. I'm not that type of person. I'm not built for that. But what if that's not identity? What if that's fear disguised as personality? The turning point rarely comes with applause. It usually arrives in frustration. Maybe you watch someone less prepared than you succeed simply because they dared to. Maybe you realize you've been thinking about a goal for years without moving toward it. Maybe you hit a quiet breaking point where the pain of staying the same becomes heavier than the fear of failing, and in that moment, something shifts. You realize you were never waiting for competence. You were waiting for courage. Courage to believe that your current version, imperfect, uncertain, unpolished, is enough to begin. You understand that confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It is the result of surviving action. Every confident person you admire once doubted themselves. The difference is not talent, it's exposure. They acted while uncertain. They chose to believe before they saw proof. And suddenly, the question changes. Not am I enough, but what if I acted as if I were? Believing in yourself does not mean you think you're perfect. It means you trust your ability to adapt. It means you understand that failure is feedback, not identity. It means you accept that growth requires embarrassment, awkwardness, and vulnerability. Belief is not arrogance. Belief is responsibility. It's the decision to stop outsourcing your worth to external approval. You stop asking, do they think I'm capable? And start asking, am I willing to try? That subtle shift changes everything. You speak even if your voice shakes. You apply even if you feel unready. You start even if you don't feel qualified. And slowly, evidence builds, not because you suddenly became different, but because you stopped shrinking. We often feel like we're not enough, but most of the time, the problem isn't capacity, it's courage. You are not behind because you lack potential. You are behind because you hesitate to trust it. The world doesn't reward the most talented person in the room. It rewards the one willing to step forward. And belief is not something you wait for. It's something you practice. Every time you act despite doubt, you are voting for yourself. Every time you speak despite fear, you are reinforcing trust. Every time you move despite uncertainty, you are proving that you were never lacking you. We're only cautious. So here's what to do. Next, choose one area where you've been shrinking. One idea you've been holding back. One opportunity you've been postponing. One step you've been waiting to feel ready for. Do it anyway, not because you're certain, not because you're fearless, but because you're done letting doubt decide. You don't need more proof, you need more courage, and courage doesn't appear. It is chosen right now.